Hello, this is an assessment of a Steinway Model K upright piano 1920, and it's a piano that's already been restored extensively. We're reconditioning it just to really get some fine regulation and fine touch, tone and so on. Now the piano has already been restored extensively, as I say. This front panel here has been changed. Look at the back of the front panel, you can see that it was originally had 3 panels in it. Been repolished in a kind of lacquer style of about the 1970s, I'd say. Interestingly, they haven't repolished the desk, something we'll be doing to match the piano. But it's good that they left this swing desk style because it's higher up than normally they change it, so you've got another desk along here, but that's too low down really. The idea of the swing desk is it copies the height of a grand piano desk. It's also got book holders on it, which is really useful, especially if you use hymn books. Now, there's the back of the front panel. You can clearly see that it did have 3 panels originally. It's been what we call modernised. I can see the action of the piano has been fully restored, in extremely high quality restoration. The dampers are excellent. Some of the things you can tell whether it's been done well is how well have they left the damping, but that's as perfect as you can get it. Fly dampers up to middle C there. And then just great damping beyond that. You can't hear any difference really between the two. They both cut off very well. Now what's really important for me when we assess a piano to purchase is just how good is the break point here. Listen to that. There's really no difference at all. That's a sign of a great piano. The soundboard hasn't got damaged at all. Plenty of crown on it. You get the same tone, perhaps extremely, if you really want to be nitpicking, you can get a very slight difference between that and that, but it really is excellent, and really lovely singing lovely singing tone there. And the break here between tenor and bass, again, it's something we examine when we buy a piano, is as good as you can get. I don't think I've ever had a Steinway better than that. Excellent break point. It's never perfect because changing from there to there, but really you can't complain too much about that. I think we need to do just some light refacing around this area. You usually find the hammers have just got a little bit a little bit soft here. If we take off the top layer, that'll bring that back again. It's just this area here really, around here. It's just as you want it to be. Where it's played a lot, just slightly needs brightening up a bit. This action 1920, you've still got the style of Steinway which attaches the damper and a hammer on the same flange. That's no problem if you're used to it, but it's different from a modern action. And actually it has good reason because it does work really well. Another important thing when we're assessing a piano is the tightness of the tuning pins. These are really tight, excellent. You can see also they're not knocked in at all here, which is a great sign. So that's very encouraging. The piano's about 6 beats flat, which tells me, as it's pretty well in tune, that it's not been used for a long time, not been tuned, but has remained very stable indeed. But 6 beats flat, that is pitch raising, will bring a bit more brightness into the tone as well. Piano weighs off generally about 50 grams. That's 5 £1 coins at 9.5 each, and then a little bit extra. It's about 50 grams, but they're not quite even throughout. It's not quite even throughout. They're not quite the same as it, but pretty much. It's got a very pleasing up weight too. It feels really good, about 35 gram up weight. There's also plenty of legroom at 65.5. Normal's about 63 or 62.5. That's the distance between the floor and where you put your legs under. So for tall people, that's really excellent. So that's a Steinway Model K upright, 1922. It's been refinished in many ways. The case has been redone and the action's been fully restored. And it's really, we're so fortunate to get hold of this. It just is as good a piano as you can get. This period of Steinway is so good and just such a beautiful piano. What you often get though is a variety of break point. And here it's just pretty perfect, and the bass break too. It's one of the things we're looking for. We're just typical Steinway tone in the bass, and sings. And the touch is superb, just needs evening out a bit. Again, lack of use, and as you can hear, it's out of tune because we haven't tuned it, but really that's quite remarkable, having been left so long. Thank you very much for listening.